Hi, this is Carl with another SOP video for managed service providers. Today I want to talk about something very important. Answering the phone or not answering the phone doesn't matter. You don't have to answer your phone, but you do have to manage your inbound communication. Here's what I mean. Recently, my friend Dave Sobel put out a little note about how he was trying to get in touch with a managed service provider and couldn't get through, couldn't get a phone call or a message through to say, hey, I want to give you some money. And this is a problem, not just with managed services. This is a problem with many, many small businesses. I know you've had this experience. You're trying to get your refrigerator fixed. You're trying to get someone to paint your house. You're trying to get someone to have a dinner reservation, and you can't get somebody on the phone. One of the things you have to understand is we all get to choose our preferred communication method. More than once, I have given my business card to somebody and they've said, great, I'll get in touch. I've got your phone number now. And I've said, no, you don't. And they look at my business card because lo and behold, I don't put my phone number on my business card for a very important reason. I don't answer my phone. I don't think you should answer your phone. It's 150-year-old technology. It's time to move on, right? It's literally, it's a thing of the past. We don't need it as a primary communication method. Now, having said that, if you send me an email, you will have my attention. It may take a little while, but eventually I try to answer all of my email. I actually have a folder that says answer when you have time. The point is, you don't have to be a slave to old advice that you pick up on the first ring, always answer the phone, all of that. You don't have to do that. But you do have to make yourself available. Choose the way you want people to communicate with you. Now today, the number of ways that we can communicate is expanding and expanding and expanding faster than the speed of light, it seems. I don't accept service requests by Slack, by Teams, by Twitter, by TikTok, by Facebook Messenger, by LinkedIn, and on and on and on. I also don't accept faxes or telex, and that gets us back to the phone. I don't answer my phone. When I had a business where I had to do a lot of sales and I was constantly communicating with people, I returned phone calls in a prompt manner. Now, my voicemail basically says, look, send me an email. So you have to figure out what works for you. If you want people to contact you by phone, put your phone number on your website, put it on your business cards, put it on your letterhead, put it on your communications, make sure that it's at the bottom of your email signature. But if you don't want people to communicate with that way, then you have to give them something else. Email, web form, whatever. But you absolutely have to follow up. If you say, I prefer to be communicated with in a specific manner, that's good, but then you have to do it. Some people in this business have hired outsourced answering services or call centers, something like that. Some people have a voice tree that is easy to communicate with. Some are difficult. Whatever you choose to do, test it. Literally, just like any other piece of your business. Ask a friend to get in touch with you. Don't give them your personal number. Don't give them your cell phone, but say, how would you get in touch with me? And see if they go to your website, your LinkedIn, maybe check the bottom of an email. Are they going to call you? Are they going to email you? How would somebody tell you that they want to do business with you? And I know this seems like an odd conversation for some people, but you really have to craft all of the ways that people can get in touch with you and which one you prefer. Then you need to have a process and a procedure to make sure that you're really good at managing that communication. Now, I will say, If you want to do business primarily with phone communication, you and I are probably not going to do business. And that's just because I don't use the thing. Now, having said that, if you have a whole bunch of money and you want to figure out how to give it to me, you can still do that, but not if I have to change the way that I do business. This is not an isolated or theoretical conversation. If you don't use telephone as your primary means of communications, there are people who won't do business with you, and that's okay. There are millions of businesses in the world, and you don't do business with most of them. In fact, you do business with 100, maybe 200, right? But you don't do business with 1 million of them. You don't do business with 10 million or 100 million. There are many, many ways that people can do business. And so if you choose to primarily work through websites, blog forms, email, whatever, you can do that and you can be very, very successful, especially in the 21st century. Think about this the next 3 times that you try to get service from a total stranger organization. Again, it might be something around fixing up something in the house or trying to do business or get something printed, whatever. How difficult is it to get a hold of somebody who will take your money? And then document your process. Literally, for your own business, determine how you want people to communicate with you, what is the primary means, and what have you done to make it clear to them, this is how you get in touch with us. This is how you engage with us. This is how you get my attention. You know, when we're looking to give somebody our money, we're always actually fairly eager. Like, who wants to take my money? I've called 3 different printers. Nobody wants to answer the phone. Nobody wants to take my money. If that's your clients, remember that behavior has implications for how the long-term relationship is going to play out. I do not want to do business with people who are so eager that they have to be in touch immediately. I'm not available immediately. I was recently doing business with somebody in another country, and they went on and on and on. I'm very easy to reach, and if I'm not here and I'm sleeping or whatever, I'll get back to you. And I said, stop. I'm assuming if you are 1/3 of the world away, that I'm going to send you a message and I'm going to get a response the next day. And that's the way that this is going to work. I cannot expect you to change your life so that you and I can communicate in real time, even though we're communicating with email, and almost none of my email communication is in real time. At the end of the day, this all comes down to priorities. The number one thing you need to do, above all other things in your life and in your business, is to determine what are the highest priority activities in your life and your business. Once you have your priorities straight, lots of other things fall into place. The reason I say that with regard to this specific topic is that you should be doing something that is important. Right now, you should be doing the most important thing that you can do for your business or yourself. And as a result, that probably doesn't mean monitoring your phone so that you can answer every random incoming phone call, even though most of them are going to be from salespeople. Quite realistically, it is not reasonable to expect you to sit waiting by your phone for me to call you and give you money. You should set up a framework. I should be able to easily figure out how to get in touch with you, and then you should respond appropriately. We are all victims of the fact that too many people abuse all the systems that are out there. I recently posted a job on Upwork, and the design specs had enough information that people could figure out who I was. And I immediately was inundated with calls from all over the world, people trying to go around the system, get hired outside of Outwork, and then my email was completely flooded. I deleted all of those and I fixed the job post so it said, if you try to contact me outside of Upwork, I will delete your application. I needed to fine-tune the way I wanted people to communicate with me, even though I was working inside of a tool designed specifically to match up people who have jobs and people who want jobs. So the bottom line is, figure out how you want to be communicated with and figure out how you can make it clear to people how they can get in touch with you. I hope you manage to figure out how to get a whole bunch of money in the next week, and I'll see you next week for another SOP video. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Palachuk, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do. Here's your checklist for this video. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, ring that bell to make sure you don't miss anything, and visit us at sopforsmb.com.